We've done one sum on the value added approach. Let's look at another one of a different method. यहाँ पे हमारे पास एक hypothetical economy है और हमें sales given है उस economy में. Like firm A sells its output to firm B for this much amount. Firm B sells its output to firm C for this much amount. अब the thing that we have to understand is जब एक फर्म दूसरे फर्म को अपना आउटपुट सेल कर रही है, जैसे कि फर्म ए हैज सोल्ड इट टू फर्म बी, अब फर्म बी फर्म ए के आउटपुट को एज रॉ मटेरियल्स यूज करेगा अपने प्रोडक्शन के लिए. दिस इज द फाइनल आउटपुट ऑफ फर्म ए, बट इट इज ऑल्सो द इंटरमीडिएट कंजम्पशन ऑफ फर्म बी. Similarly, when firm B sells its output to firm C, this is the final output of firm B, but it is also the intermediate consumption of firm C. फर्म सी क्या करता है, वो फाइनल आउटपुट बनाता है, वो लोगों में बेच देता है. इट डजंट सेल इट टू एनी अदर फर्म एंड वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द जीवीए एट एमपी बाय ईच फर्म. सो हाउ डू वी गो अबाउट इट? हमें पता है कि फर्म ए का जो सेल्स है वो 4000 crores है. सो द जीवीए एट एमपी बाय फर्म ए इज इक्वल्स टू ₹4000 crore. इसमें हमें कोई डिडक्शन या एडिशन नहीं करना है. दिस इज वेरी सिंपल. फर्म बी का देखते हैं. फर्म बी हैज परचेज्ड आउटपुट फ्रॉम फर्म ए फॉर दिस मच, सोल्ड इट टू फर्म सी फॉर दिस मच. सो द सेल्स ऑफ द फर्म बी इज 8000 minus the intermediate consumption of firm B is 4000. So that gives us ₹4000 crore, which is the GVA at MP by firm B. Similarly, firm C has sold its output for 14,000, but it has also used 8,000 worth of intermediate consumption. So the GVA at MP by C is equals to 14K, K as in 1000, minus 8K, which gives us ₹6000 crore. अब यहाँ तक तो सिंपल था. We have calculated the GVA at MP by each firm. Now there is a twist in the question. Let's look at the twist. There is an indirect tax of 20% that is imposed on firm A. But firm A क्या करेगा, वो इस टैक्स का बर्डन जो है कंज्यूमर्स पे शिफ्ट करना चाहेगा. Okay, so the firm A will sell its output to firm B, which will sell its output to firm C, and then it will go to the consumers. So again, what do? We calculate the amount of tax, 20 by 100 into firm A का जितना भी output था, which was 4000 crore. So this happens like this. So there is 800 का तो इसका indirect tax लग गया, right? It will shift the burden, keep on shifting it until it reaches the consumers. So what will happen is firm A will sell its output, firm A, it will sell its output for not 4000 after the imposition of the tax, but 4000 जो इसका initial output value था plus the amount of the tax, which is 800, is equals to 4800. Again, firm B, ये firm B को sell किया है firm A ने, right? So firm B भी ये tax खुद से bear नहीं करेगा. It will try shifting the burden. So the final output of firm B will now be sold in 8000 plus 800, which is 8800 crore. They are all valued in crores, right? Let us come to firm B. Sorry, let us come to firm C. Firm C ने भी it bought the intermediate consumption or its raw materials from firm B at this price now. So what firm B will do, firm C will do is 4000 plus 800 is equals to 4800 crores. ये वो प्राइस है जिसमें ये गुड मार्केट में मिलता है, राइट? सो द 800 rupees as opposed to the 4000 over there the 14,800 here and the 14,000 over there. ये 800 इसका प्राइस बढ़ गया. It will be directly borne by the consumers. कोई भी firm इस tax का responsibility नहीं उठाएगा, right? They have shifted the blame to consumers, the burden to consumers. Now, let's look at the other twist. A subsidy of rupees 50 crore is given to B. Calculate the new market price. Alright, so there is a subsidy given to firm B. इसकी वजह से क्या होगा? Since they had shifted the burden of the tax, they will also shift the benefit of the subsidy to the consumers. तो ये लोग क्या करेंगे? इनके आउटपुट का प्राइस गिर जाएगा. It is subsidy is given to B. So firm A बराबर रहेगा, उसमें कोई changes नहीं आएंगे. But firm B will now sell its output in 8,000 minus 50 crores, which is equals to 7,950 crores, right? Similarly, when firm C gets the output, like this is from B to C, जब C को ये इतने में मिल रहा है, जबकि पहले इतने में मिल रहा था, तो C will also decrease the value of its output by 50 crores, which gives us 13,950 crores. This is the output value of C. It goes on like this. So we've understood the sums. The firms are interlinked to each other in the economy. Firm A sold it to B, B sold it to C, C sold it in the market, right? They are interlinked, hence activity in one of these firms is affecting the activity of the other firms, which by which method we've calculated the sales, the GVA, the intermediate consumption. अब वैल्यू एडेड के जो सम्स है वो या तो प्रीवियस वाले मेथड में आएंगे या इस वाले मेथड्स में आएंगे, where there will be several firms and they will be interlinked. This is how we go about doing sums of that category. We have a different kind of sum for the value added method. यहाँ पे हमारे पास है amount of tea produced in an economy, the market price of tea per kg. This MP here stands for market price, जिस price में ये tea बाजार में बिकता है. We also have amount of coffee produced, market price of coffee per kg. This is the value of other agricultural products, क्योंकि इकोनॉमी में टी और कॉफ़ी के अलावा और भी बहुत कुछ प्रोड्यूस होता है. We also have value of industrial output because we have so many sectors in the economy. Now we have intermediate inputs जो हमें पता है कि हमें deduct करना है in case of national accounting. And here we have NIT, which is net indirect taxes. इसका value हमें पता है, it is equals to IT minus subsidy, right? We call IT minus value of subsidy as net indirect taxes. तो हम देखते हैं, we have to calculate GNP at FC over here. हमें पता है कि value added method में the way we calculate the gross value added is by multiplying the amount of quantity of the good with its price. So we have a P into Q formula here. Now here is our quantity, the amount of tea produced. इसको हम Q लिख देते हैं. We also have P for T, which is rupees 100 crores. So अगर हम सिर्फ T का निकालना चाहे तो we have P into Q of T, which is equal to 2000 into 100, which is 2 and then 1 2 3 4 5 2 lakh crore, right? ये हमारे सिर्फ T का in our economy, this is the value added. Okay, so let us do coffee now. P into Q of coffee. We employ the same method. This is Q2, let this be Q1 and P1, and this is P2. So again we have a quantity which is 1500 into the price, which is 300. So we have 4,50,000 crore. अब हमारे पास इन आवर इकोनॉमी वी हैव द वैल्यू ऑफ टी एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ कॉफ़ी, बट like I said, we have other things in the economy. We have other agricultural products, and we have industrial output as well. So adding the two of these, we get, it is a total of 6,000 and 6,50,000 crore, plus here we have other agricultural products which is a 6 lakh, plus we have a value of other industrial output which is 8 lakh. Now हमारे पास अभी फ़िलहाल ये है, so adding the two of these, this gives us 20 lakh and 50,000 crores. हमें पता है कि हमें इंटरमीडिएट इनपुट्स इसमें से डिडक्ट करना है, राइट? सो वी सब्सट्रैक्ट 3 lakhs out of this, which gives us a 17,50,000 value. Okay, so this is our GDP. हमें पता है कि हम सारे सेक्टर्स का ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड जो है उसको ऐड करते रहते हैं, तो वी गेट आवर GDP at MP, right? So this is the value that we have here. अब हमें निकालना है GNP at MP. उसके लिए हमें क्या करना है? GDP at MP, हमें निकालना है GNP at FC. So what we do is we add NFIA to this and we subtract net indirect taxes. But the problem is हमारे पास NFIA दिया हुआ नहीं है. In this entire sum we don't have NFIA given. And here is how it goes. जब भी कोई वैल्यू जो हमें इस प्रॉब्लम में, इस सम में चाहिए है और वो नहीं दिया हुआ है, we assume that to be is equal to 0. Right? Because we want NFIA in this sum and it's not given, so we assume कि NFIA का value 0 होता है. So we have 17,50,000 plus NFIA which is 0 minus, let's say, net indirect taxes which is a 1 lakh here. So this is what we have in the end, which gives us a 16,50,000. Don't forget to write the rupees here because you want to know कि हम किस currency में इसको calculate कर रहे हैं, and the crore sign here. So this is what we have in the end. This is our GNP at FC, जो कि हमें क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया था. So this is the third kind of sum that we face in our national income accounting through the product approach, and this is how we go about doing it.